Well, good morning, Jill. Pleasure to connect with you. I'm Darren, and thank you for your time. And what I'm curious about with your career is when you went from initially being a respected entertainment reporter to really an animal-centric journalist.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you mean what made me go, as I say, from the red carpet to the wee-wee pad? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? It's very interesting because I had been on the red carpet for so many years. I've interviewed every celebrity there was. I got to interview Tom when he was with Nicole, you know, all the stars that were once together that aren't now. And literally, it was the most exciting job, but it was a job. And it wasn't until my beautiful German Shepherd, he was diagnosed with bone cancer. And I went to my boss and I said, can I chronicle and do a story on my dog Jack, my German Shepherd? And he said, great. We did the story on the Today Show, and it touched such a nerve all around the world. I literally received responses. And I thought to myself, you know what? This is what I was meant to do. And I went to my boss and I said, stars don't need my help, animals do. And I really want to make it my mission in life to make a difference for animals in need. And he said, okay, be our pet reporter. And I said, well, how about animal advocate? And that's how the whole journey began. But it really, I have to say, adoption and rescue have been my oxygen my whole life. So now to be able to do it, it's not a job. They always say if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And that's really how it is for me now.
Well, that's, of course, very admirable. And it's also impressive to me how you're able to go between so many different positions and jobs. Like, for example, I believe you're in Philadelphia today.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
So between that, Animal Planet, NBC, and so forth, how do you manage your time knowing that you have so many different projects with so many different people?
Well, you know, I don't even look at this like being here today. This is one of my 6 rescues. I don't know, he's Stanley, my standard poodle, sitting on my lap here. And I have to tell you, when I'm with my pets, talking about pets, you know, as I'm doing here today, this is heaven for me. When I go home, I'm surrounded with my 6 rescues and 5 horses. And you know what? It's a juggling act of love. That's how I call it. That's how I refer to it. And I just try to tell people and educate people. The most important thing, I just want people to rescue and adopt. That is the message that I'm trying to convey to everybody, that please give a shelter pet a home. It's the most important thing you can do. And to be here today to talk about, you know, this unbelievable, new, wonderful pet feature that we have, this filter feature, this pet camera, thanks to Xfinity, is a lifesaver. Not only will you be entertained for hours because you can tune in and watch your pet at any time of day, but literally if something is going on that is dangerous or your pet is in stress or something's happening, you can save their life. So I tell people that this pet feature, this camera, is not a luxury, it's a necessity. I really believe that. I've had experiences happen to me that if I wasn't there, my pet wouldn't be here anymore. And if I'm not there, to be able to go on my phone and see what's happening is just so wonderful and so comforting, as I'm sure you can relate to, right?
Absolutely, and The Secret Life of Pets 2, I'm sure means a lot to you, given what you were just talking about. Did you get to see the film at the red carpet event?
No, I didn't go to the red carpet event. I actually went to another screening, a more of a private screening, but I just got such a kick out of it because the minute they came out with the first one, and I just heard the title before I'd seen it, I thought, how brilliant, because we all know that our pets have a secret life when we're not around. And I thought this was so fabulous. And now with this camera, I literally have found out about their secret life. And it's so cute to see them do things that they don't do when you're home, when you're around. And it's so funny, and it just ties in so perfectly with the movie. And you know, with Xfinity, we've been able to watch people, our vehicles, but now to be able to have a set of eyes on our pets, you know, and to see what they're up to, and to be able to edit through, and you know, you can have hours of video, and to pick out moments, and to see what they're up to at all times of the day. And if you're not there, to know that they're safe, isn't that just the best feeling in the world?
Absolutely, and I'm calling you from Long Island, where I know that you are still based these days.
I live there.
That keeps
Good,
you
yeah.
based on Long Island all these years later, as somebody who's traveled everywhere?
Oh, well, first of all, I love Long Island. Don't you? It's great.
Of course.
I mean, we've got the best of everything. Great weather, you got the beaches. And again, I was talking about pet safety tips, which are so very important in the summer. Being so close to the water, if you have a dog, you have to really be careful in the summer. And I try to tell people, they think it's so cute to throw the ball and say fetch and watch their dog run into the waves. My heart is racing when I see that, because I immediately think if there's a strong undertow, the dog could be taken out. They should always have a life vest on. People don't even think in terms of that. But the reason, it's so important for me to be here today, not only to tell people about the second set of eyes with this camera, but that we really need to understand that they're children that never grow up. And we have to make sure we are their voice, and we have to make sure that we protect them at all times, because when you think they're safe is usually the times that they're not. And when you're walking down the street, it may seem hot to you. Guess what? Their pads could be on 100-degree temperature on the cement, and you could be burning the heck out of their feet. There's so many things pet parents have to be aware of. And I really just want to educate people and let people know that it's mandatory. If you're going to be a pet owner, you got to take care of them. So, and you can get more tips on the website too at xfinity.com/petcare. I'm going to give you much more tips I didn't give all of it away today.
Right. Now, our mutual friend who's not a pet owner, Cassandra Seidenfeld, wanted me to ask.
Oh, okay.
Is there a career accomplishment that you're most proud of?
Well, I think starting the whole rescue adoption initiative, I was one of the first, if not the first, to do it on the Today Show with my Bow to Wow segment. And for almost 8 years, we had a 100% adoption record. But I think the thing that really resonates in my heart the most now is my show Dog Bowl on Animal Planet, because I came up with it based on Puppy Bowl, but for seniors. I'm all about the underdogs of the shelter world, the pit bulls, the special needs, and the seniors, because those are the ones that never get out of the shelter. So Dog Bowl is embracing older, and as a woman who's not 20, I'm saying, yes, embrace older. But I love the fact that this show, and Animal Planet, has taken this show and put these viable, spry pets, some up to 17 years old, on the gridiron, and they're showing how to strut their stuff, and they're all getting a home. And so I'm so proud of that. And again, my legacy is just to save thousands of lives. And I'm a little annoying when I meet people. If they have a dog, I immediately say, is it a rescue? And if it's not, I'm sure my face says everything. But I just try to tell people, if you would go into a shelter, if you're thinking of getting a pet, there's nothing like a shelter pet. When you rescue, they know they've been saved, and you're the one that gets the best gift in the world, because what they give back to you, you cannot put into words.
Well, this interview experience has helped me realize that you are the official #1 Rappaport in the world. Michael Rappaport, very distant #2. So I'll ask you in closing, any last words for the kids?
Well, first of all, again, opt to adopt for kids too. Go see the movie and get a camera. Xfinity, listen, if you have a pet camera, your children will be so entertained to watch the pet filter feature, because you can see what your pets are doing at home. And I just think it is the most hilarious, entertaining, and life-saving device that we have now. So I'm so thrilled to be here today to talk about it. It's just such a great feeling to be able to promote and talk about something that will make such a difference in people's lives. Not just the secret life, but your life too.
Right. Thank you so much for your time, Jill. Have a great rest of the day.
Oh, you too. Thank you.